to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to make a scrap yarn crochet pillow. So what you need is basically a bunch of scrap yarn that goes well together. I made this, I made 3 different kinds because I had a lot of different scrap yarns. This is gray, white, and this has some off-white, but I have 3 or 4 different kinds of grays in here, black, and a couple of different color whites. Also have a blue one, and I'll show you a picture. I'll take some pictures of these and I'll have it, I'm sure you'll be looking at it right now on the video. So I made these 3 different kinds of pillows. I finished 2 of them, and I'm about to finish this one on camera. So, but first I need to show you how to make this stitch. This is a stitch that I discovered that I call the butterfly, birds of a feather stitch, because it kind of looked like little birds to me when you look kind of close at the stitch that it makes. So to do this, you're going to need at least 2 different kinds of colors. So if you don't want to use scrap yarn, that's fine, but originally I had so much scrap yarn I wanted to make a project that just got rid of all the scrap yarn that I had. But at least 2 different colors. So I'm going to move this out of the way. On your scrap yarn, hopefully you'll have a lot of scrap yarn that'll be about the same size yarn. So, and you're also going to need some fiber fill stuff to stuff inside your pillow. And you're also going to need a 5mm hook or a size H hook for the US. So, grab those items and let's get started. Okay, to begin, because we don't want our pillow to be tight on one end more than the other. You want it to be kind of loose. I decided to not do chaining, but to do a single crochet foundation stitch. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to show you how to do that now. You want to start off by chaining 2. Then you want to go back in through that first chain, and you're going to pull up a loop. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 1 of the loops, which will create a chain, and then yarn over and pull through 2 of the loops, which creates the single crochet. Now you want to go back in to this stitch, your first stitch on the side. You can see you have 1, 2. You have 2 stitches here. You have one that you just completed, that's here, and then the one previous. You want to go into the one here, just down below, and pull up a loop, and then you'll repeat. You'll yarn over and pull through only 1 of those loops, then yarn over and pull through 2 of the loops. And you can see here, you're starting a single crochet row. This very first stitch here kind of looks like a chain. That's not counted as one of your stitches. So far you have 1, 2. You need to do a total of 52 single crochet foundation stitches. And I'm going to show you again. You're going to go in, not this one. Obviously, if you went through this one, you would just come out where you just pulled. So you can't go here. You want to go down to here, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, only pull through 1 of the loops, which creates your chain, then yarn over and pull through both of the loops that creates your single crochet. One more time, and you want to do this for a total of 52. If you want to make your pillow bigger or smaller, you can do that. The multiples of this will be 3 plus 1. And if you want to go ahead and do a chain, then your multiples will be 3 plus 2. And you just do your chain. I suggest you chain very loosely and then go back and do your single crochets. Okay, once you have that completed, either your single crochet foundation stitches or your chains and your first row of single crochets, then you're ready to start the next row. So grab your next color, and I like to do a double crochet attachment. So I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to hold it here with my finger, and I don't know why I'm getting out of focus. And then again, you're going to skip this first stitch that just looks kind of like a weird chain stitch here. If you've done the single crochet foundation stitches like me, and you're going to go right into that first single crochet of the row, pull up a loop. Sorry about it, my camera keeps going out of focus like it does, I don't know why. Then yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through 2. Or you can just slip stitch and chain 2 or 3. I'll chain 2. But it looks so much better if you can start with a double crochet. So really try to get that down if you can, and I'll show you one more time. Yarn over, put it in the stitch that you want to use, then pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through only 2, then yarn over and pull through only 2. Now you're ready to keep going. Now you want to do a chain of 2, and you want to skip 2, 1, 2, and you want to double crochet in the next stitch. So it'll be double crochet, skip 2, then double crochet, then chain 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, and then your very last stitch you should put a double crochet in it. So continue that for the round. For the row. And then when you get down to the end, I'll show you how to do your next row. When you're done and you're ready for your next row, again, you can cut your yarn at the end. You'll always want to cut your yarn at the end. You'll end up with a lot of tails here on the end. Don't cut them too incredibly short, because you do want to be able to hide them so they don't stick out. So cut about here, that way you can hide them later with the tapestry needle. So your next row, you're going to do a single crochet attachment. You did a double crochet attachment here. Now we're going to do a single crochet, which is much easier. You go to the top of the double crochet, and then you're going to pull the loop up like you would about to do a slip stitch. To do a slip stitch, all you would do would be continue to pull it through the other loop. But instead of pulling it through the other loop, just hold it on your hook like that, yarn over and pull through both loops, and that's how you do the single crochet attachment. You'll be doing a single crochet in all the tops of your double crochets, and in between these 2 skip stitches from last row, you'll be doing a cross stitch. To do a cross stitch, you're going to be yarning over. You're going to yarn over, and you're going to skip this first one, go to the farther one first, the farther skipped stitch first, and pull up a loop and do a double crochet. And then what makes it a cross stitch is now you're going to back up, and in the first skip stitch you're going to put a double crochet there, which is going to cause it to cross in front of the other one to be able to get it. So that's why you have the cross stitch. Then again, like I said, all double crochets, you will do a single crochet this row. And then again, skip the first stitch, and then the farther skip stitch, the furthest skip stitch, you'll do a double crochet. And then back up and do a double crochet in the previous skip stitch to complete your cross stitch. Then you'll do a single crochet in the top of your double crochet, and you want to continue to do that all the way down, and you will put a single crochet in your last stitch. Just finished my row, and this is where you'll want to chain 1, and leaving a little bit of space here, cut your yarn, and then you can pull it up to pull your tail through, and then pull it tight to create your knot. But I'm not going to cut my yarn still. So for your next row, grab your next color, Use all the colors that you want. This is your scrap yarn pillow. Just make sure that you have all your yarn the same type. Like if it's worsted weight, try to keep it worsted weight. Okay, again, my single crochet here, I'm going to do a single crochet attachment, a double crochet attachment. So I'm going to yarn over, insert into my single crochet here, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now I got my new color. Over here on this side, you can work over your tail if you want, or you can wait to the end and hide those two, but if you do that, then you're going to have a lot of tails to hide. So when I made my pillow, I just went ahead and I worked over my tail on this side. And that way I only had this side to have to work in the tails for. So got my double crochet. Now you're going to do the same as you did before. You're going to chain 2, skip 2, and then you're going to do a double crochet. You're going to end up being a double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. You're always going to be skipping these 2 cross stitches and be working a cross stitch next row into these. So again, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, and then the 3rd stitch, which happens to be the single crochet, do a double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2, and in the single crochet, put a double crochet. Chain 2. And just for your knowledge, this row here is very quick and it takes the least amount of yarn. So if you don't have a lot of a color, but you want to incorporate it into your pillow, do it on this row because it takes a lot less yarn. And the yarn that you have a lot more of, you can use on the next row. And you should have a double crochet in the last stitch, chain 1, cut your yarn, same old, same old, same old. Now you're ready to start the next row. And this will be pretty much the end of the repeat. You don't really even need to be shown this, I don't think. I'm just showing you to complete the row. Again, single crochet attachment. Then I'm usually work over my tail here, like I said. So you want to do the cross stitch again using these 2 skip stitch from last round. So in the farther one, you will do a double crochet. Then to finish your cross stitch, you're going to back up and go into the previous skipped stitch and do a double crochet. Then inside your double crochet here, put a single crochet. Then you repeat these 2 skip stitches, go to the further skipped stitch, do a double crochet, then back up and do a double crochet in the other one. And then you'll do a single crochet in your double crochets. And you will continue that all the way down. And this is how you'll do your pillow. Now I did this for my pillows for a total of, I have 47 written down, because this first row you'll count it, but because it's only one row, you'll have it won't be an even number. So you'll have a total of 47 rows. But if you're going to count just these birds of a feather stitches, then you'll have 46. So I did it for a total of 47, and then I did my next piece, because you're going to have to do front and back. This would be my front piece. Let me back up a bit. And then I did another one for the back of my pillow. So I have 2. Now when you're ready to sew them together, let me get some yarn to sew them together. I'm going to be using this. I use this in my pillow here. You're going to sew them together, and you want the sewing to be on the inside of the pillow. I almost forgot, before you even get sewing, like I said, I worked over my tails on this side, but then I cut my tails on this side. I had all these tails on the side. And what I did is I got my tapestry needle, And I got my tail. Let me see if I can grab one of these tails out of here. Maybe I can show you on camera here. Or maybe not. No. Okay, anyway, I got my tail and I threaded it. And then you work it. Let me get a little closer on camera and maybe not show you at the bottom. You get your tail and then you want to work it only through maybe about this much. And why are you going out of focus? About this much. And then pull it through, leaving some tail inside, because the longer that your tails are, the less likely they're going to poke through. Because if you cut them short, they have a shorter way to go towards a hole, and it may poke through to the good side of the pillow, and you don't want that to happen. So leave it kind of long, and it leaves less of a chance that it's going to poke through to the good side of the pillow. So don't hide your tail all the way to the very end. Hide it till and leave a couple of, like maybe an inch or so that's unhidden, because no one's going to see the inside of your pillow. And you definitely don't want to see the tails on the good side of your pillow. So I have found when sewing things together that I really like the single crochet method. If you've watched, oh, I'm sorry, I'm hitting my mic. If you've watched enough of my videos where I'm sewing things together, you will know that I love that method more than any other. And for these pillows, it will be the same. Now, since you want the sewing to be on the inside of the pillows, you want your good side facing you. And then you want to get the other good side here and put it down. So you want both of the right sides facing each other. Let me back up so you can see. So you want the good side facing the good side. And you have the wrong side on the outsides. Then you want to start up in the corner. Get your yarn. Make your slip knot. And I'm going to go through the very first stitch on this side. Go under both loops because you're not going to see it. And then find the very first stitch on here and go through both loops. Then you're just going to pull a loop up, 2 loops on your hook, just like before, doing single crochet. And then you'll do it to the next. Go into the next stitch here, and then it's equal on the other side. And do a single crochet. And you want to continue to do the single crochet all the way to the end. Now you don't have to, but on this very, very corner here, you can do 2 single crochets in the same stitch if you feel like it helps you get to this side to start crocheting, but I don't think it's such a big deal. So you can just single crochet here and then start single crocheting down this way. So anyway, the idea is that you want to single crochet all along the top, then you'll go and you'll single crochet all along the side, and then keep single crocheting all along the bottom, leaving this part open to stuff your stuffing in. So go ahead and do all that, and I'll see you back here in a moment. Hey guys, I just started going down my side here, and there's no clear stitch that you want to use. You just want to make sure that it's a good connection. So if you have to go under the whole double crochet to do the single crochet, that's okay. It's best to lose a little bit of your pillow size just to make sure that you're not going to have a very thin sew on this side. Just take your time because you want to make sure that the stitches stay even and that they're not, bunching up like this. You want to make sure that they're flat. So just take your time. Don't go too far away from the previous single crochet. Try to keep it as even as you can, and just find a good place to stick it in, underneath or in between the double crochet on this side and the double crochet on this side. Okay, I'm back. Oop. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had my my microphone on the table. Okay, so you've done all 3 sides and you have this one side left to here. And you just want to make sure, because you don't unattach. You don't cut your yarn. So just pull it up like that so you don't lose it. Then you want to take this side of the pillow and pull it through. You want the good side to face now. You want the stuff, the inside. This side here that's open will be the only side that you'll actually see on the outside that's sewn. Make sure you get your corners and everything out. Okay, once the good side is facing, then you want to start grabbing your stuffing. And the reason why I have it all open wide like this, because you really want to be able to get inside and put the stuffing in each of the corners. Make sure that you have everything good and stuffed. I always overstuff my pillows a little bit because this fiber fill after a while will, you know, not be so fluffy. It'll kind of degrade and become a little bit more compact, and with it your pillow will, you know, shrink down and it won't be as fluffy as it was when you first stuffed it. So I tend to overstuff it, so whenever that degrading happens, it'll still be pretty full, still be pretty stuffed. So once you get your corners stuffed really good, and then you work on the middle, try to keep it as flat as you can. You don't want a lumpy pillow. So once you get that part done and you're ready to start sewing again, really get in those corners. My corners, I like to make sure they're fluffy as the rest. Okay, so now what you'll do is you will grab back up your loop here that you have, and you will start to sew again. Make sure that everything is equal as you can. You don't want it to be kind of funny on this side. If you want, you can use some scrap yarn to hold it here and here, just to make sure that it's going to remain straight. But you can also go by the color too. This is black, white to black. You know that you're going straight if you line up your colors. So the idea here is you want to sew down your pillow until you get about halfway down. You're going to sew the exact same way you did before. Like I said, this will be the only time you'll actually see this sew. So it's very important that you use a color that matches your pillow to do the sewing, because you don't want it to stick out like a sore thumb. Something not too light, something not too dark, that will stick out really bad. And what I do is I try to sew at least halfway down my pillow. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to get off camera to do the sewing. It's difficult. I'm in a weird position having to bend over this pillow to sew. Okay, when you've gone about halfway down, you want to grab some more stuffing here. And now you want to make sure this corner here that you just made is good and stuffed. All the way until you get behind here where you're sewing. Once you're happy with that, then keep on sewing. I would say go about another halfway from where you are here to this point here. Do another half to about here. I did to about another half. Now you have a smaller hole here. Now this is your chance before you completely finish sewing up. You want to stuff this corner, keeping in mind that you're not going to be able to stuff this corner afterwards. So you really want to stuff this corner all the way to the end here, where you can just, you know, it'll still be full here when you sew. So this is the last of your stuffing. Once you're happy with your pillow, not too lumpy, let me get my hand in here and flatten it out a bit more. Add more in the middle if you want. But this is the last of your adjustment time right here. And then when you're happy with it, and you got all the stuffing that you want in it, then finish sewing her up. Okay. Sorry for all the mess. Oh. Keep moving my mic. Okay. Then when you get down to the end here, all you want to do is just chain one, cut your yarn, leaving a little bit of tail, and then I would use your tapestry needle to hide your tail along the same color, the single crochet row that you did. And that is it. That is how you make your scrap yarn pillow. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and you can get rid of a lot of scrap yarn you've been holding on to and make some pretty pillows for your bed or your couch, or these would even make nice gifts to give people. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to me yet on Facebook, please take a moment and go there. I share lots of free pattern links to other people's free patterns, not just my own, so it's a good source to find free patterns. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment to do that. I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this tutorial for the Scrap Yarn Crochet Pillow. And please do me a favor and go ahead and share this video with people that you feel would be interested in crochet, or maybe learn crochet, or maybe they already crochet. So thank you so much for all you do and sharing my videos and liking my videos. It helps me so much. Thank you so much for watching.